How's it going, everybody? This is Tony with the Peaceful Pack, and today I will be showing you everything you need to know about understanding and using your ECollar receiver, your transmitter, and your remote with your receiver. Okay, so starting off, this is going to be your receiver. This is what goes on your dog. Some important things to know about this. So this is your basic strap. You'll clip this onto your dog. Any excess strap that you do not need, you can easily cut off, or you can tuck in here as needed. Okay. On your receiver, this is your LED indicator light. This will indicate and tell you what the battery level is on this receiver. And it's also your tracking light. So anytime that it is receiving a signal and providing stimulation for your dog, that light will be turned red. These right here are going to be your contact points. It is important to understand that you want to make sure that these are tight. That way you're using your tool properly. This right here will be your power cord port. So you'll plug in and charge your receiver at the end of the day, or whenever you are not using it or it's in need of charging. There is a red magnetic dot here. This is how you turn on and turn off this receiver. On your remote or your transmitter, you have that same red dot that will be used to turn on and off the receiver. You've got this flip right here that allows you to plug in your USB to charge the receiver. So I can show you what that looks like. You open that, take your USB, plug it into the wall, and that will be charging. For your receiver, you have these special plugs that come with your ECollar package. This will plug into your receiver like so, and that is how you know you'll be ready to charge. When it's low on battery and it's charging, this light will be red. Once that light turns green, that is an indicator that it is charged and ready to be used. Okay. So I'll start by showing you how to turn on and off your receiver as well as your transmitter. So on your remote, there's S1, S2, S3, S4. Those are your 4 face buttons. You have a program button, that's the P, and you have on off. This is your dial. Your dial is what you'll be using to control the level of stimulation that the receiver will be putting out to your dog. On the back of this, there's also a belt clip. Keep this on my belt every day, and a loop up here, or some have a ring down here, and you can put your lanyard on and carry that with you at all times. Okay, so to turn your receiver on or off, you're just going to bring this red dot to this dot right here. And green means that it's on. It will flash every couple seconds to let you know what the battery level is. So green means that it is still good to go. Connect them again, and now that is off. In order to sync up these two devices, you have to put the dots together and hold. That light will stay green and then start flashing. Once it is flashing, you turn your device on, you press your device and the button you wish to sync it with. So on this remote, it is a 2-dog remote, meaning black and black will send a dog 1, red and red will send a dog 2. So when I pair this, I synced it up to dog number 1. Okay. And so we'll go on to what you're seeing on your screen. So when you turn your dial, you have 0 all the way up to 100. 100 being the highest level of stimulation that can be transmitted to your dog. On the screen, you will see M, C, V, T, indicating momentary, continuous, vibration, tone. You have a battery indicator telling you how charged your remote is. And you'll also see where it says 1D. That means currently right now, it is transmitting a signal for one dog. Some of these call it remotes, you'll see it say 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, which means it can have up to 4 devices synced to that remote at one time. Okay, I'll go over proper handling. The best way to hold your device is like this. Have your dial turned all the way down to 0, index or middle finger on your side buttons. If you remember how we used to play thumb wars as a little kid, the best way to control your dial is to bring your thumb down in contact with that knob at 0, and then you will just roll your thumb up and roll your thumb down. If you don't like to hold it like this, you could use the remote with your 2 fingers like this, with them being on the face buttons, so S3 and S4. And you could turn like that as well. And before I explain to you what each one of those settings are, it is important to understand that when your device is at 0, when you have a level 0, if you try to press a button to send stimulation, anytime you press that button, it is going to show which mode it is on and what the level of signal being sent to the receiver is. So right now, it is a C, which is continuous. It is a 0, which means there's 0 stimulation, level 0. If I put it onto a 1 and I press it, notice as soon as I press 1 and hold, your red light turns on, indicating there is stimulation being sent. Once that stimulation is being sent, your receiver, your dog, this light will turn red, meaning your dog is feeling stimulation. Continuous lasts for 10 seconds before it turns off. It will automatically stop sending, just like that. So you have to let off and press and hold again. Now I'll explain to you what each one of those settings stand for. Continuous means for that entire duration of 10 seconds, your dog will receive a level 10 stimulation of electric stimulation from the receiver. You can scroll up or down to increase the stimulation. And you should always test your devices when you go to put this on your dog first thing in the morning. That way you know you're using your tools properly. Momentary is a split-second stimulation, meaning no matter how long you hold it, that light will flash for just a second. And you can see on the receiver that a level 11 stimulation is sent just momentarily. In order to change the mode, you will press the P program and hold, and then you will tap the button for the dog that you want. You would change the setting for that button. So if we want this button to be tone, we put it on T. So now when we press it, that's the tone. There is no increasing or lowering the volume of the tone. If I want to change it to vibration, I will press and hold P, and press the button that I want to change it to, so vibrate. So now when it's on vibrate, it does not matter how high or low you change it, there's one vibrate frequency. Just like getting a text message on your phone. Okay, so I will go ahead and put this back onto continuous. Most of your dog training will be on continuous. It is best to have a button, your middle button, set to vibrate. So I will set these two middle buttons right here. So S3 and S4 will be on vibrate. And these two on the side will be on continuous. Anytime that you need to change these settings, you need to make sure it is on 0, and then you will then change whichever button to the setting you would like. If you have a 2-dog remote and you need to have both dogs activated at the same time, you need to make sure there's 2D flashing on the device. And in order to do that, we will press the on-off button with the 2 face buttons and hold. And that 3 beeps right there indicates it is now changed for 2 dogs, which means button 1 will be sent to dog 1, button 2 will be sent to dog 2, which means the 2 blacks will go to dog 1, 2 reds will go to dog 2.